I don't know. I don't have the words yet, but I wanna create something that allows me to thrive and not just be okay. Because that's not enough anymore.
Yeah, so it's not enough anymore. We have been, this is my guess, okay? Because women love to talk in code. They love to not actually say what's going on. We have to use this language that makes no sense and requires deciphering. But I think what has happened is she's been hooking up with Chads who are either broke or who didn't want to take her seriously. And now she's just hitting the reality of like, oh, wait a minute. I need a stable man. I need a guy who's going to be there. I need a guy who's going to be able to pay my bills and so on. Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a hilarious video for you here today, and this is a video of a woman who has just hit 38 years of age, and she's now realizing that she messed up, okay? She's realizing, apparently, that for the last few decades of her life, maybe chasing Chad wasn't the way to go. Maybe chasing the men who were highly attractive and not interested was probably not the best move. So obviously we're 38, we can't have kids now. Marriage is going to be more and more difficult. And, you know, we have a breakdown, and what better place to post it than to put it on TikTok. Let's jump into it, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Subscribe if you are new here, and let's take a listen.
It just hit me that my whole life I've been settling for less. I was okay with the minimum. And that applies to all areas, and it makes me really sad that I let that happen.
Okay, so what is she saying? I'm 38 years of age. I accepted the bare minimum. Translation: I dated dudes who never had to put in any effort whatsoever. These men didn't have to offer up commitment. They didn't have to marry her. They didn't have to invest. You know, these were guys who she probably just had fun with, and it's all fun and games, right? It is all fun and games until you reach nearly 40 years of age. You still don't have kids, still not married, and you've been doing this for the last who knows how long of your life. And just by the way, guys, if these women don't want to have kids, if they don't want to get married, that's cool. But I think they do, hence the breakdowns over on TikTok. Let's continue.
And I'm also just so sick of being financially limited and being okay, because I don't want to just be okay in my life. I want to be thriving. And I always thought that wanting more means I'm not grateful. But I am a very grateful person, and I do even love my job. I'm in the lucky position that I can say I love the job that I do. It's just that it will always keep me limited. Keep me limited in that money area, and I'm just done. I'm done with everything. Like, I'm done.
Okay, so here's the brutal reality that is happening to this woman. And this happens to a lot of women, and they think that they can just ignore it, right? But she's realizing now that she doesn't have a retirement plan, okay? She doesn't have her plan set up as to what's going to happen when she's older, who's going to look after her. She's, you know, not going to be able to retire probably. And so this is where the concern with dating comes in, is a lot of these women think that they can screw around until they're like 35 and then find some simp to marry them who's going to pay all of her bills. But that's not actually the case a lot of the times, right? A lot of the times these women struggle to find a successful man. They think that they can just do this kind of last minute. Oh, I'm going to pick up one of the simps that's been in my Instagram DMs for the last 10 years. But a lot of those men turn around and say, you know what? I'm not really interested in anything serious with a 38-year-old woman who never wanted me. Okay? And so these women have breakdowns because their retirement plans are walking away. All of these men that they never wanted, never cared for, they were too busy chasing bad boys, they're all walking away. And so the women are left with this reality that they're not going to be able to retire with their current jobs. Okay, they've probably been working some minimum wage 9 to 5 thing that's not going to cut it, because they relied on some simp being there. They relied on a man being there to look after her. Excuse me, guys, I'm losing my voice. Let's continue.
Done. I'm done with everything. I'm done. And I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. Because in the past I have tried. But I'm done. And I'm going to do this. And I stop wanting to be so perfect, and I don't know. I don't have the words yet, but I want to create something that allows me to thrive and not just be okay. Because that's not enough anymore.
Yeah, so it's not enough anymore. We have been, this is my guess, okay, because women love to talk in code. They love to not actually say what's going on. We have to use this language that makes no sense and requires deciphering. But I think what has happened is she's been hooking up with chads who are either broke or who didn't want to take her seriously. And now she's just hitting the reality of like, oh, wait a minute. I need a stable man. I need a guy who's going to be there. I need a guy who's going to be able to pay my bills and so on. And this is a real struggle for these women. I don't empathize with it. I think it's funny. Just to clarify, guys, I think this is pure comedy. Okay? And the reason why I don't empathize with these women is because they put themselves in this situation. And in order to be a 38-year-old single woman who's sitting here complaining about this, you have to treat the average guy like complete dirt to end up like this. Like, let's just really put that in perspective, guys, okay? Men and women are not the same, particularly in dating. Women essentially have superpowers in dating, okay? They have all of the options, they have all of the leverage, and we squander it until they're like 38 years of age, and then they come out with these videos where they are saying that they have some sort of epiphany. It's ridiculous. Let's continue on to the next clip here, guys. We have one more clip today. Let's see what this woman has to say. It's probably going to be ridiculous. Let's take a listen.
Not enough people warn you that when you start making the right choice in dating, start going for emotionally available men that are genuinely interested in you and make that very clear from the get-go, it gets a little bit more boring. Dating gets a little bit more boring because it's no longer up, down, will they, won't they, this like chemical, like you're getting rewarded one second and you're not the next. You're getting consistent, predictable behavior, and that to the brain is not exciting. Otherwise, you know, drugs wouldn't be exciting to people.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like I thought, guys. A lot of these women, when they're dating, they essentially behave like addicts, okay? They go for the really exciting option that gives them a lot of dopamine. But unfortunately, when you're 38 years of age and you have bills to pay and you don't have kids, dopamine doesn't quite cut it, all right? And this is the sad reality, man, is like men are brought up to be nice, they're brought up to be stable, they're brought up to invest in women and so on. And a lot of guys don't have issue with the traditional behaviors or the traditional model of dating, but you can't invest into these women anyway, man. They don't appreciate it, right? And it's crazy to think about that you can give these women literally everything. You know, you can pay their bills, you can, I absolutely despise this phrase, you can be their best friend, okay? You can be their emotional support, you can do everything by the book like women tell you to do, and they'll still cheat on your ass, they'll still ditch you, they still won't be interested. Why? Because they're going for the guy who's highly exciting and highly attractive. Absolutely ridiculous, very funny stuff. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.